So I went out to buy bread. I got bread. I actually came home with a few other items that I wanted to share with you. But what I have here are some things that I'm going to be using here in the home for decoration, functional, and also for some photo shoots, because you never know what's going to happen down the road. I want to take some pretty photos. Let me tell you why I started buying some wicker items, some wood items, is with my layering here of decorating the home. When you first start, things look a little bland and maybe slick because I have all glass and metal and there's no texture. So now I'm adding those other layers of texture, whether it's some carpeting, some wood items, some wicker items. That's going to give the room a little more life and make it feel homey and cozy. So that's the reason I purchased some of these. Well, hello, kindred spirits. It has been quite a while since I did a little shopping video for things that I found out and about during my travels. And this was all purchased locally in a town that I border. So I wanted to give you a really quick rundown of some things that I found and why I bought them. And I should mention, I went out not looking for anything. I went out to buy bread. And look at this beautiful bread that I picked up. They're only open Fridays and Saturdays, and I got there and they were down to just a few loaves of bread left. And she was so apologetic. The owner was so apologetic, and I'm like, I am just glad to have a piece of bread to purchase, because tonight I'm serving a beef stew that I made the other night. We've already had some, but I love beef stew when it's a couple days old and the seasoning has really gotten into all the vegetables. So I'm looking forward to that tonight with this beautiful piece of bread. It's going to be a shame to cut into it, but I'll have no problem doing it. So let me show you a few things that I purchased, and what I found here is I can already see a little theme. I had no plan to do this, and this is from 2 separate days. So today, when I went to the store to look at my room to make sure if I had to bring anything in, fix things, I walked around Twin Elk Farm and I bought some things that I saw for my home. And one being this flat basket. It's very thin, and I can foresee putting this in the butler's pantry. Quite a few things here are for the butler's pantry, because I want to try to create like an old world butler's pantry or an old world baker's pantry. This I think will look really nice on the door that's going into the herbs. If not, I have other wall spaces, I'll check into it. But I'm thinking I could put here my grocery list, so I can just pull it out and write things that I want. I could put some rolling pins, like this particular wood one here. I know it's gonna be very functional. So we're gonna try this on the door in the pantry soon. Speaking of rolling pins, I picked this up and I liked the little size of this, and it's so sweet and petite. There are smaller ones, of course. It's a vintage one, and I knew I wanted to buy rolling pins to have. And so this is my first for a collection. I have the new ones, but I wanted to get something for a collection. And for me, a collection is 3 items. 2, you just have 2 of them. 3, it's a collection. So now I have to get 2 more that are a little different. But I'm glad I found that. I also picked up 2 pestles, and one has a flat bottom, one is rounded. And once again, I will be using these. These are a functional purchase, just as the rolling pin is in the basket. I'll be using them to crush dried herbs and salts and you name it. So I'm looking forward to putting those in the pantry and displaying them somehow, but I did pick those up. And I found these for almost half price than another antique store. So I'm glad that I picked those up. I'm gonna lay that one down there. I also picked up these 3 knives, and a word of advice, if you see something you really like and it's at a thrift store or consignment store and you have the means to do it and you really want them, I would get them then at that point, because if you go back, you might not see them, like me. These knives were $3 each, and they have the initial D on them, and they're very pretty. This part is stainless steel, and I thought if I had the whole set, I would put them on a table for Easter or whatnot. Well, just 3. I decided to buy them for $3 each. They'll be pretty in the drawer. They'll be pretty if it's just Ben and I having dinner, and I just liked them, so I picked those up. But if I had did it when I first saw it, I could have had 12. I just wasn't in the mood that day. This sweet set, and I'm going to call it a set. It was priced individually, but maybe it was a set at one point. I'm not sure, but I'm so glad it was there when I went back, because I looked at it. This was my 3rd time looking at it, and I ended up buying it. It has a picture, which I can so easily see my lemonade in there, or the homemade lavender lemonade, which I will link below, my lavender simple syrup recipe and lemonade recipe. Then there are 8 cups with the little wicker surround. Now these glasses come out very easily. I've looked at some similar styles with and without handles that the wicker seems to be either so tight on it you can't pull the glasses out easily, or they almost feel like they're sealed on. I really liked those, that they're going to be easy to wash. And then the tray, nice and sturdy. I always check sturdiness of trays. You want to make sure the bottom's nice and tight. It would be horrible to lift something up and then have the bottom drop out, right? So this was nice and sturdy. There are no breaks in the wicker. It's just in beautiful condition. There's no chips on the glasses that I always look for. I say that, and now I did find one with a little chip, like a little flea bite is what they call them, and there's a tiny, tiny little chip. I could even sand that down with a emery board and use it for myself, so I could always make note of that. This would be for me. Then this beautiful picture with its curved handle. I just really liked that. Some other items that I picked up, these were at, also consignment. These were from Bed Bath & Beyond, but they were at the consignment shop. They're going out of business in our area. I'm not sure if they are nationwide or not, but I did pick these up. I thought they were such great colors. They're Sugarwood's colors that I'm working from. I do have a set of ice cream glasses that these would work really well with. So I'm going to, let me go grab those. Let me see how good my memory is. I'll be right back. Joke's on you, I couldn't find them, so they must be in the loft from when we moved here. Okay, I'm adding this into the video. Things are not going to go together smoothly. I had to go up in the loft to grab the ice cream glasses. I haven't seen these for years. But yes, look, see? It's one of the things that I can say I am good at, color memory. And these have been in storage for years, and I just got these napkins to go with that. Just trying to see what this newspaper was dated. 2015. I didn't realize these have been wrapped up since 2015. That's crazy. So yes, I'm going to be keeping these because it's a set of 2. There's 2 of us. If any of my girlfriends come over and we just wanted to have, even a lemonade would be fun out of that. But yeah, there you go. Hoarding. It's a good thing. That could be my new saying. Partially Martha's, partially mine. This color is just working really nice here with the colors we're doing in the kitchen and some of the other colors in the house. So I thought that would be fun to have in my linen drawer. And I got this cloche, once again, for some more texture. I just thought it'd be really pretty on maybe the farm table here in the kitchen or our large table that we have outside. I could put a plant under here, it'd be really pretty. It wouldn't keep flies or whatnot away, but I could put some cheeses and crackers under here just for fun and then lift it off just for presentation. And I liked how it went along with this whole theme and look, and just I think it's going to be a really pretty summer table setting. This crock I have shown before in some videos, but I just pulled it out to put some tulips in. These are a little floppy. I do realize that I can poke a little hole at the top or put a penny, But these right now were just put in here from being in a very hot car. They are a little bit worse for wear from the travel time, and they will perk up now that I gave them some cold water. It will be a little bit different tonight. That said, I like when they droop. To me, it's a little bit more relaxed and calm, and they're comfy. When things are just straight up and stiff, which I do like when it comes to peonies and irises, but with tulips, I like when they have a little droop. I don't know if you can see some in the background. Some are up straight and some are drooping, but yesterday they were all like this. So this particular guy, I don't think he'll do very well. He opened way up. My car was like 70 degrees inside, if not more, when I was running my errands. This is the next morning, and you can see many of them perked up, and I think it looks beautiful like this. It's a very casual display. So that was that. Now let me grab a window treatment that I picked up. Let me move some things out of the way here. Things fell on the floor. So funny, Ben came in, saw all this, and he just said, uh-oh. I have been letting some things go that I've brought to the shop, but so I saw this fabric at a shop. This was at Remarkable in Peterborough, New Hampshire. I saw this and I'm like, that is so pretty. It has like an off-white background and a little gray flower. I'll show you a close-up of this in a moment. Then I realized they were window treatments because I saw this beautiful wood and rope cording trim or string cording, and once again I'll show you a close-up of that. Then I saw the beautiful pinch pleat tops. And then I noticed they were interlined. Then I noticed they were $25 a panel. Now, for those of you who have had custom window treatments made, you know that is a bargain. These, for a client in the past, probably would have been $250 to $500 a panel, depending on the fabric and if it was lined, interlined, and whatnot. But the trim alone would have been close to $25. So I did buy what they had. They had 8 panels. I first envisioned this in the dining room. I thought it would be really beautiful with all the nautical prints. But the problem with that, if I put them up, it takes up most of the wall space and I wouldn't have place for the art. So now I'm thinking I will put them in either the guest bedroom, which I have not touched since we moved in. That's going to be one of the rooms I work on next. I will maybe work the room around this, the bedding around this, the wall color, everything. Or I could use these in the green room and work the room around, once again, these panels, because I don't have any art up there yet except for between the 2 windows. So I'm looking forward to finding a new home for these, and if they don't work there, I have got plenty of other rooms these can work in, because I have enough for 4 windows, or I can double them up on a window. I was just ecstatic to find these. So the others are in my car. I still have to find a place to put them in the house here until I decide what I want to do with them. So that is what I got these past couple days. I went out to get bread and I came home with these items. I went to the store to check something and I came home with other items the previous day. So. And here I added another basket and some little carnations that are just about ready to pass, but I've had them for a few weeks, last 2. And speaking of Martha, if this gets put in a little bit after when I just showed the blue glasses, these items here, these two little vases, were used in Martha Stewart's photo shoots. I don't know if it was on TV, I don't know if it was in her magazine, but these are items that were purchased for their business that were at auction. Let me see if I can show that. Yeah, I might put a couple tulips in here just for a pop of color until I do put, I think, my shopping list in there or something else that will be nice and pretty. Right now I'm going to create one of my simple fine living moments. I'm going to put some tulips in a vase, grab one of my favorite teacups, make some coffee, and enjoy a quiet moment just playing with flowers, sipping coffee, and just enjoying some time thinking and just allowing myself to relax. I'm noticing that almost everything in this shot except for the knives are consignment and thrifted items. My little coffee pot there is from Rose Wharf in Boston, a restaurant, but it was made by Tiffany's. I found that at a thrift store. My cup, the basket, the cake stand, everything in the cabinet, the wreath, thrifting and consignment. I just love the challenge of finding things for my home. A couple days before, I did mention that I made some beef stew, and unfortunately, I didn't film the whole thing because I have shown this before and I really don't have a recipe. I just make this on a whim, and I didn't show, but I have my stew beef already cut up that I had tossed in flour that had all types of salts like garlic salt, onion salt, celery salt, regular salt, pepper, and then also the onion powder, garlic powder. And I toss that all together, and then I put that in a fry pan, and then I dice up my vegetables. I have potatoes, onions, carrots, and celery, and I put those in a big pot with beef broth. I like to get an organic beef broth for that. And then once the stew beef is just browned on all sides, I also add that to the stew, and I bring it to a boil, and then I'll put it down to a simmer until all the vegetables are nice and tender, and then I serve it. But as I mentioned earlier, a beef stew a day or two later is so much better. I find myself being in a cabin fever slump right now. So I decided to come out early with Willow. With the time change, it's nice getting up early, watching the sun coming up through the trees there. Last year, at this time to the day, there was no snow and things were popping up through the ground. And I have in an old video that last year, pretty much to the day, I was going through the same kind of cabin fever. So I decided to do a few things for myself these next few days just to get out of the slump. And right now I decided I'm going to take Willow out, which we always come out, of course, every day, but I'm going to try to walk along the top of the snow here. I'm looking at my roses. Doesn't look like we have breaks, maybe just being bent, so we'll see what happens with that. But I think the snow is hard enough. I'm going to be able to walk over, and let's go check out the Siberian crabapple tree and see what type of damage I'm dealing with. But my brain has been spinning with ideas for the yard here. Like, I think I want to bring this table closer to the house. I really thought we would come out here more and dine, but it was just too much of a trek to make it fun and convenient. So I think I'm going to put more of a seating area here, and we'll probably put the table back where we're going to hopefully just repair some of the patio or put more pea stone. Just want to get it closer to the house and make this more of a little sitting area, which is where we come out when Willow's out in the yard. But let's see if I can get on top of this snow. Yep, nice and firm, but I have a feeling I might fall through at some area. Just going to listen for a moment. Are you done? I can't hear the birds. All right, so, oh, I see the damage here. I think we are discussing these apple trees are gonna have to go. They are completely not only full of holes from birds eating them, but they are just keep breaking, and that would give us the opportunity to plant new apple trees and actually get something that produces. Oh yeah, this is not going to be savable to what I was hoping. One of the branches kind of split, and I have a feeling it will still grow. Like this particular one here might still grow because it's looks like it has some life, and I was envisioning, okay, I could put a bench there, but this one is not going to be fixable. All of these broke off. This had such beautiful character. Oh well. And this one also right off. But I'm going to do a little research and see what I can do. I mean, luckily this particular one that broke off, it does have some growth coming out, so this will reshape on this side. What I think I will do is trim off all of these little branches and make myself a wreath. And then I will have a little memory wreath of this Siberian crabapple tree. This is something I can do at my leisure, and this will probably still bloom, and so I'll trim it before it starts to get some leaves on it. Maybe I'll do that this weekend. Come out here with my shears, cut them, and I can put them in some baskets in the house right now, and hopefully they don't get some greenage here. Yeah. And this one over here, I think, nope, we have some damage here too. So I'll have to fix this one up. There's still going to be some flow and movement here, but it's pretty much one-sided. And then This particular guy will be able to clean up the ends, but we're gonna have to hire somebody to get that larger piece that broke. I'm really surprised the other part of the tree didn't come down. We might have them take that down too, or else we'll lose our phone lines. We haven't been in the woods since the nor'easter went through. Oh, I have a Christmas wreath to move. Hey, that's what I might do. I think this crabapple tree wreath will look pretty on the shed. Oh, I don't know why the lighting's so dark. There we go. What I think I'll do is take down this wreath, see if there's a metal ring. I don't know how they created this particular one. If there is, I will use the ring to then make my wreath. That will be a fun project for me. I can even put in some of the other apple limbs. Thank you again for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. It lets me know you like what I'm sharing, and also it lets YouTube know, and they'll share these videos with other kindred spirits. Bye now.